Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pseudo's Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today is, well, sort of an unboxing. I've already started using this, but I have not yet shown you guys this product. So I've been looking for a light up crochet hook because at nighttime or during the day my mother-in-law has a hard time with all the lights on in the living room, so I try to keep the lighting to a minimum but still want to be able to see my crochet. So I found this on Amazon and I will link the description, I will put a link in the description box below in case you're interested in trying it out. So it comes in this nice case and I'll open it up. I don't think you can choose the case color. It's a pretty color. It's like a greenish teal color. Open it all the way up, Crystal. Alright, so as you can see, I've got all the hook sizes over here separate. They did give me some little stitch markers, which I probably will not use because these are really dinky. I'd probably lose them and my dog would swallow one of them.
She likes to eat anything that fits in her mouth. But I guess if I was working with a really fine weight yarn, I might use them. I don't know. They're really tiny here. I'll see if I can get one out of the package. I don't want to lose them, so. They are like baby, like, I don't know, the pins that were used to close babies' diapers with cloth. So they're very tiny. Let me see. Okay. Should have got a different color. It's white. That's alright. And it's already open. Let's see. Not too bad to close it. That's not bad. It's just really small. So I don't think I would be able to use this like on a really thick yarn. But on a thinner, like maybe a 3 and below, I would use these. To hold my stitches when I'm not working on it, or if I need to mark a stitch or something like that. So I got those. Came in a little plastic bag. They gave me some yarn needles, which I haven't even opened yet. Who doesn't? Who has enough yarn needles, right? So I don't like that this one is pointed up. Some are pointed down in there. Kind of sharp. It's really pointy, so. But that's a big eye. I guess if you have multiple strands of yarn you need to weave in. There's different sizes in here, but they're not all the same size. So that's a good thing. Alright. Put that cat back on there. Don't need to lose those. It gave instructions on how to change the hook head, which a lot of people don't like this way because they feel like it's not secure. I have not had a problem with it yet. Okay, the handle, and there's this little button here to turn on the light. Turn this light off. And there's two different brightnesses. That's the brightest, and then there's a little bit lighter. It's gonna be hard to see. Okay, and then off. Bright, not as bright, and then off. Now this did come charged. I don't know how much of a charge it came with, but it did come with a charge. I just charged it up last night. They did give me a charging cord. So I like it because it is rechargeable. I did find some that were not rechargeable. You had to buy more batteries for them. I'm like, that's more money going. No. I'm going to get one that's rechargeable. So the hooks go from a 2.5. Let me see if you can see that. It is kind of odd on where they decided to put the size of the hook, but that's a 2.5. All the way up to, I do believe, an 8. If I can get it out of there. Come on. Alright, you're going to be persnickety, aren't you? Alright, yeah. That's an 8. Let me put that down. All the way up to an 8. Now, I will have to say that the smaller hooks, I've been working with a 4.5, which is this one. This one here. And it doesn't give a whole lot of space underneath the head to grab the yarn. Like, that's all connected right there. Now, I have not had too much trouble with it, like, losing a stitch yet. But I have, like, that's kind of disconcerting. I thought that, you know, it is a tapered head, as far as I can tell. Do you think that's a tapered head or an inline? Because to me, that's tapered. Because it's not the same size going down. But there's like no space. And I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to get... Well, here. I'll just show you this yarn. Something I've been working on. I'm going to put this off to the side real quick. Oh, well. I'm going to get the hook on here. Okay. And you really don't need the wrench, I don't think. That little tool, and I'll show you what I mean. This little thing here. I use it to take off the hook, but not to put it on. Because it does get, so you put it here, and you turn, and then it loosens. But when you're just putting it on, you don't really need that. I haven't, the hook, the head hasn't fallen off yet without using that. Alright, I'm going to turn this light off. See the brightness now? That's the first one. And then it dims down a little bit for the next click, and then it goes off. So, I'm going to go ahead here, and you'll see this. You will have seen this already on Tuesday for my whips and foes. Let me make sure I got this the right way here. Okay. So this is the size stitch marker I use. big honkin' stitch markers. I do believe this is a clover. Yeah, clover. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the light. Try to pick up my stitch here. Come on. Now this stitch that I'm using will become a tutorial. You'll see a tutorial next week for it. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how easy it is to, well, not how easy, but it's probably not going to work very well in here because I do have sunlight coming through my window right this moment. But, so, you can see your stitches. Like when you get up close to it, you can see where you're putting your stitch marker or your stitch hook. You can see where you're putting your stitch marker. Yeah. You can see where you're putting your hook at with the light. I did use this on the washcloth that was from Wednesday's video. So, but I mean, it does squeak a little bit, but these are our acrylic crochet hooks, the heads of them. So, and this yarn that I'm using is the Big Twist Supernova yarn. So, I haven't used it with any actual acrylic yet. Oh, no, went through too many. There we go. Fix that. There we go. Alright. So, that's, I mean, I have not had any problems with it. Again, this isn't for everybody. Some people prefer those lights that go around the neck to see when they're crocheting at nighttime. But like I said, I was trying to find something that would give me just a little bit more light when I'm working on something in the living room and I need a little bit more light to see my stitches, and I'm not trying to blind my mother-in-law. Hopefully when she has her cataract surgery next month, that helps with that, but she's been very sensitive to the light, so I try to only turn that on at dinner time and then turn it back off for her. So, but yeah, I think this is for me right now, this is a good purchase. I mean, it will also depend if I have any issues with the crochet hook head coming off in the future. But if I have an update on the my review on it, I will definitely let you guys know. But for right now, I do believe I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm doing that is because nothing's perfect. And I'm sure that there will be something that comes up along the way, that makes me want to change that to a lower amount. I could say it's the stuff that they gave me for free, but that's not, that's free stuff. I'm not gonna, or it's included in the price, whatever. But I do like that it is charged. You'll know when it's time to charge it again when you turn on your light and it doesn't stay on for very long. That's when you need to charge it. It will turn on but not stay on for very long. So, Crystal, pick up both loops. There we go. But I will be putting a tutorial, like I said, out for this stitch that I'm using next week. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in what this is. I did mention the stitch on my Hooks and Needles Box 5 review. So if you haven't watched that yet, please go back and check it out. It is a very short video. So, alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Again, I will put the link in the description box below to Amazon. And if you're interested in trying it out, it's not badly priced. Let me look. I got this along with another item from Amazon. I got a gift card from work, so I was like, you know what? I've been looking to get something. So I did. And there were other ones to choose from, but this was the best option for me. I mean, if you can, it was more affordable. And again, you don't have to worry about buying batteries. You don't have to worry about not having the right hooks. Well, maybe there'll be an oddball hook size that you need that's not available. Alright. And this is made by Votris. I've never used their hooks before. This right now is $20. And if you're part of Prime, you can get it delivered for free. Somebody just got a notification. And you can choose, apparently, the color that you get. The one that I got for the case color is called Aurora Blue. That's the Aurora Blue. More of a teal. I think the other one's more of an Aurora Blue. They're both $20, but you can pick. It's not as shiny, it looks like. This one's more shiny. The other one looks more flat, like a matte look. You get everything's the same. It's just the color of the case is like a light blue, more like this blue. I don't even know if that's picking up blue or not for you. Everybody's stuff picks up differently. Now that's picking up. Well, it is, but it isn't. It's a little bit darker than what you may see. This looks more like a really extremely light blue on my screen. So it may not be true to color, but I will put the link in the description box below if you are interested in checking it out. Again, I don't have any really negative things to say about it right this moment. Well, I do. The hook. this part right here, which I mentioned, let me turn off the light, which I mentioned, that's probably why I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm trying to think of why I gave it a 9 out of 10. So, when you put your yarn up here, see, it doesn't go very far under the hook, which I guess isn't a bad thing, but it feels like there should be a little bit more space between the hook and the shaft for a little bit more, a little bit smoother, drag, I guess you could say. I don't know, drag, that's probably not the right word to say, but a little bit smoother instead of hearing all that squeakiness when pulling through the yarn. Because it doesn't have a problem pulling through at all. It's just the space between the yarn and the hook is not very big. Unless you get up to larger sizes, and then there is a little bit bigger gap up that way. And maybe they did that on purpose. So if it's a really thick yarn, it won't, if it's too thick of a yarn, it won't work right with the hook. But that is my review, so 9 out of 10, and that's only because that little issue that I see with the hook, between the hook and the shaft. So, but again, if you want to try it out, there's nothing wrong with trying it out. Worst case scenario, you don't use the light, or the hook, the type of hook doesn't work for you. Not everybody likes tapered hooks. I will use whatever hook works with the yarn. To be perfectly honest, I really prefer Susan Bates, which are inline hooks, but if that hook does not work, then I will use a tapered or a boy hook for the project that I'm working on. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you like my content and haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe and then the notification bell so you always are aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe and stay crafty. Have a good one. Bye-bye.